Hey everyone. The EoC was released today, and with it came quite a number of changes that had not been implemented yet in the beta, so I'm going to go through a few of them. And first off, probably the most important, interesting, is the equipment menu. As shown on screen here, they've changed how it works, most notably on the bottom here, where it shows the attacking and defending bonuses that you get. And so the main difference for this is that rather than some weird star system which didn't really make sense, now it shows the actual effectiveness versus different combat styles. So as you can see here, I'm wearing full Torva, and I have decent melee defense, low mage defense, and high range defense, which makes a lot of sense. That's how it's supposed to be. And also, as you can see, the armor rating that I have total for my armor is 520, and so any of my defenses for the different combat styles, they're all going to be below that or equal to that at best. So since I'm in full melee gear, my armor rating is 520 and my range armor rating is 520. My mage armor rating though is 162. So that's pretty straightforward. The same thing applies to weapons. As you can see with my dual cadet crossbows, if I'm in range gear, my accuracy is at 800 against magic, 400 against range, and 160 against melee. It's pretty much the same as the old system where you had your stab slash crush defense, magic defense, and range defense, except now it's just melee, magic, and range defense, and you don't have any of the subdivisions there. So that's pretty straightforward. The next thing that I wanted to show, since I'm in fight bits here, is what they've done to the hybrid armors. Now in the beta, the hybrid armors were not quite right. What they did was just they gave the same stats as next gears, except a little bit better. So, for example, your Vanguard gear was I believe it was the melee gear, so it was about as good as Torva, but a little bit better. But now they've changed them back into being hybrid gears, but they seem to be a little bit bugged, or at least they switched the combat effectiveness. So as you can see, Vanguard here, 637 defense for the full set, and it's good at defending against magic and range, which previously was what the Trickster set was good at. But yeah, each of the other sets, it's just quite similar to that. So for example, the Trickster set here, as you can see, gives 637 to melee and magic defense. So this is the equivalent of Battle Mage before, and then Battle Mage now is good against melee and range, which doesn't really make sense because it's supposed to be mage gear, or at least it was before. So I think they switched around the stats by mistake, but you get the general idea. It's hybrid armor again, so that's quite good. It's better than it just being next equivalents, I guess. And okay, so let's see what else. They also graphically redid quite a few other sets and things. So this is the Armadyl Battle Staff. It looks significantly better now, in my opinion. It still has the little green effect there, but it looks a whole lot better. They've also, some people were wondering about this with Royal Bolts, whether they were going to make them only work for Royal Crossbows, and no, they do work for all crossbows. I've got some Imp Hide robes here. These are just one of the new sets. It's level 10 magic gear that you can make by killing imps and crafting the hides, so it's not really anything special, but it looks okay, I guess. I don't have any clips for it, but the Ring of Vigor has a different effect, well, sort of different, than in the regular game. So right now, the Ring of Vigor, when you do an ultimate ability, it'll keep 10% of your adrenaline bar, which is actually quite good. That's a whole lot saved, and it's really helpful for certain abilities where you want to get back to using thresholds as soon as possible. Also, if you use the Invigorate aura, which is actually another thing to want to mention, auras are discounted by 25% for the next 2 weeks. I made a video about that, so I'll link that one on screen here and at the end of the video. So next, it's just a few little small things. So first off, the Barrow set degrade cost has been greatly increased. It used to cost 330k to repair a full set after 15 hours of being in combat, at which point it would be fully degraded, and at 99 smithing it would go down to 166k. So that price has been tripled. So now if you repair it at Bob's Axes and you do that, then it's a mil to, or 990k to repair the full set, and if you're 99 smithing, then it costs around 450k or so. So it's definitely more expensive, but it's still not all that overpriced at all. and that was to balance it since Bandos is the same level as Barrows now, so if you want to get Bandos, then you don't have to deal with the repair cost and you get the same stats, but if you want to use Barrows, then you get the repair cost, so that's nice. They also very much nerfed Polypore because in the beta it was equivalent to a chaotic staff, which was not right. They dropped it down to level 75, so it's still quite good, it's just not the best staff in the game. And level 75 makes sense because it goes along with the other Ganodermic gear, which is also at level 75. And then the final thing for this video was just something small that was listed in the patch notes, and that's that the Tears of Guthix minigame will now give experience to Dungeoneering if you're all level 99 in other skills but not level 120 Dungeoneering, which is quite cool for people who are in that situation. So that's it for this video. If I find any other small stuff, I'll just write it up in the description, and if you guys find anything, just comment about it, and I'll put it in the description. So thank you for watching, and I hope there was some interesting information in here.